How to develop a site inspection and testing plan for construction activities. The main purpose of an inspection and testing plan, or ITP, for a construction project is to have a simple solitary document that reports all inspection and testing needs related to a specific construction activity or process. For example, on a construction project, it can be the construction of a foundation and excavation, or the concreting of a section in the superstructure, procurement of construction materials, or usage of plants and machinery. Similarly, the ITP not only clearly defines the work and the materials to be inspected and tested, but also indicates who is responsible for ITP functions, including when, where, and how it has to be carried out. Besides the above, it has hold and witness points, references to applicable standards, acceptance or rejection guidelines, and the accurate record keeping and reporting requirements. Hence, a well-prepared ITP can be implemented effectively while ensuring any construction activity has the required quality and workmanship in accordance with relevant standards. Most importantly, an ITP envisions proper record keeping, which ensures traceability, which is a mandatory requirement in any quality control assurance system such as ISO 9000 from the year 2002. Generally, the main contractor in a construction project is responsible for developing and implementing appropriate ITPs. Similarly, the main contractor is responsible for ITPs for the construction activities carried out by its subcontractors. It is mandatory to appoint a senior responsible person from the contractor's side on developing and approving or subsequent changes to the ITP of any project. He or she who is appointed should be well experienced and possess sound practical knowledge on all aspects of construction. More importantly, this responsible person should know how to submit compliance and a conformity certification to the client, including what corrective measures or responses are needed to resolve any non-conformity issue. The steps involved in developing an appropriate inspection and testing plan for a construction project are: all involved in developing an ITP should have thorough familiarization with the contract documents and associated technical specification. In other words, he or she should have a thorough knowledge of contractual clauses and obligations pertaining to testing and inspection subject to the prevailing contract. Prepare a detailed list of any ambiguities or inconsistencies or lack of information and specifications pertaining to raw materials and workmanship. Inform the client or client's representatives such shortcomings in writing prior to the commencement of any activity. Study the scope of work or the bill quantities in detail. Later, prepare a list for areas that require an ITP. It is generally a good practice to prepare separate ITPs for each work area or trade or section. Decide on the hold and witness points stipulated in the contract, including any subsequent instructions given by the client or client's representatives. Prioritize the areas or requirements that can have a serious impact on the quality of the final work or product. When preparing such priority lists, one should ask what-if questions in order to ascertain the impact on the final quality and acceptance of the product or work in case of non-conformity. Be certain to include any references to tests, submitting information to the customer, obtaining approvals, and deciding on hold and witness points. Once the areas or items are prioritized based on the implications resulting from non-conformity, it is essential to prepare individual ITPs for each prioritized area so that detailed checklists and recording on inspection and testing are determined. Share the prepared checklist and the recording with others who are associated with the particular construction. Based on the positive and negative inputs given by the construction team, the proposed ITPs will have to be revised to ensure wider acceptance by the construction team, which will allow smooth implementation of ITPs without any snags. Prepare each ITP with reference to the contract document and the quality management system, QMS, if it is already in place. Timely submission of each ITP and the related certification to the client is important so that he or she has adequate time to comment prior to the commencement of any work or activity earmarked under the ITP. The comments given by the client has to be noted and have to be included in the ITP. If it is not possible, it has to be notified to the client in writing without delay. It is necessary to separate all work areas of the construction project so that proper control and monitoring of ITP activities are possible. It is better to mark these locations on drawings or included in a schedule. Release ITP checklists for each construction work area or sections included in the schedule or marked locations on the drawings. Create awareness through training on each ITP among those who are directly responsible or involved in it. A clear procedure has to be put in place for prior notification of hold and witness points to the right person. Finally, implement each ITP or inspection and testing plan while notifying the respective customers and regulatory authorities who are responsible for the hold and witness points. Maintain proper recording of ITP results on checklists which are approved by the responsible persons. On reviewing the above, it is noted that when developing an effective ITP for construction activity, one has to essentially address the following: what, when, and how to test, the type of construction activity and its complexity, ease of inspections and sampling, the severity of nonconformity or failure, cost of rectification, the effect on construction progress, ease of rectification, the effect of failure on other elements, and the threat to worker safety, including the public. And finally, the resource availability.